Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So a couple of rumors have come out and pretty much been debunked. I guess one of them hasn't been talked about yet, and that is that in the Batman v Superman movie, the DC Trinity, that is Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, will face off against Doomsday at the end of the movie. The second half of this movie that's already jam-packed with characters and plots and stories and Frank Miller and everything great that we all love about the Superman character. Now they're going to add his death as well. That's the newest rumor from Devachi or Devini or Debooty or Debabi or whatever the hell his name is. And as far as I can tell, he doesn't have any particular credentials other than he somehow has gotten scoops in the past, according to what I've heard from Steve, who runs the homepage. But he's not an actual reporter any more than I'm an actual newsman or an actual anchor of anything of any import. But he does seem to occasionally come up with a scoop that has some sort of merit to it. And I don't know how that is. I guess he's heard about it from someone who actually knows, and he's reported it, and then it comes out a little while later, and it happens to be true. The latest thing that's all over the internet is that Doomsday is going to be a big part of this Batman v Superman movie. And that could, I could see that being something that they kept under wraps. Of course, they failed if it's out now. They did not keep it under wraps, but to call the movie Batman v Superman and make this big deal about Batfleck and have this whole thing where is Batman going to defeat Superman? Is it going to negate everything that we saw in Man of Steel? Because there should be no human that would be able to stand up to Superman after what we saw in Man of Steel. Are we using the Frank Miller story? Are we not? Is it just kind of inspired by that? Is it not? Are we really going to see a battle to the death between Batman and Superman? And then to throw in this little wild card that Doomsday will show up, and that's really going to be the enemy. We got Lex Luthor in there, and Cyborg's in there, and whoever knows what else is in there. Aquaman, I guess. So yeah, to throw us off by saying the big conflict in this movie is going to be Batman v Superman, and then to have Doomsday show up and to need the Trinity to try and stop him. Batman shouldn't be involved in that battle at all, and I haven't read it in a long time, but I remember when I seem to remember Batman not really being involved in the story when Doomsday was trampling all the members of the Justice League, because it just wouldn't make sense. One fist, one kick, one roar from Doomsday, and Batman's dead. Maybe if they start him off in the Frank Miller story armor, he might be able to last a little bit longer, so maybe that's how they would get him into the battle. But at the risk of being wrong, I do not think that there's any way this rumor could have any plausibility or any truth to it. Maybe something leaked out that there's a little sneak peek of a Doomsday plot coming down the pike. Maybe that's going to be a Justice League thing. Maybe that's going to be the end of the second Justice League movie where Superman does meet his demise and all the Justice League members can't help him. And I could see something maybe building to that. Maybe that's a little after credits thing where we see that Doomsday's underground punching to get out, whatever. But I can't imagine that it'll be part of this story. Now, Devachi, Da Vinci, whatever, says that it is, and he's been right before, and I have no scoops. I have no connections. I don't know anyone, and I don't purport to say any differently. But it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense that that would be what was going on. And the second rumor, that of course, rumor, European, that has been coming out, and that is that Batman and Superman movie will be broken into two parts. First, I think, called Electric Boogaloo, and second, I believe, called Return to the Boogaloo. But obviously, that's a rumor. We knew that when we saw it, I believe. Warner Brothers is scared enough, running scared, moving from every movie that comes out that might be in their way. If something announces it's going to be out on March 26th, I wouldn't be surprised if Warner's moved it again. They're afraid enough to put out a movie. They weren't happy enough with the returns on Man of Steel. They weren't happy enough with the critiques on Man of Steel. They weren't happy enough with how the fans felt about Man of Steel. They like their Henry Cavill, and they seem to like Zack Snyder, but something didn't go right for them, something they weren't happy enough about, and they've had to throw Batman and Wonder Woman and Cyborg and Batman fighting Superman and everything into the mix to try and get a movie that might actually meet expectations and hopefully have what I can only expect they want, Avengers numbers or near Avengers numbers or near the numbers for the sequels of the Avengers movies. This new Avengers movie that's coming out is going to be huge at the box office, and I think it's going to be really difficult for anything else to be as successful, and they're trying to do everything they can to at least hold up, to at least measure up. And I think that they would be too afraid to break this down into 2 movies, because then they'd have 2 failures if it failed, as opposed to just 1. And they've got plenty of movies coming down the pike. They've already been announced, so the plan is to keep forging ahead in this Man of Steel created universe, although it seems like there are going to be some changes to it with this Batman being in and being able to be in a battle with Superman or whatever we see. And we don't know. We haven't seen it. But I guess Henry Cavill came out on his Twitter and said that Batman v Superman will not be 2 separate movies. If there's any way we can definitely verify that that was him, I don't know. But I think it's pretty obvious that that wouldn't be the case. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And remember... look up in the sky once in a while.